Hey everybody, Goose here, just coming at you with another Lootbox tank. Because, why not? Let's take a look at the Toro. I'm going to let you know a couple things. I've been playing this tank. I've played it probably 15 battles now. I am not a big fan, and reasons why. The armor on the hull of this tank is pretty bad. And it can't side scrape very well either. I will show everybody that here in just a couple moments. It does have a 4-shot clip. It's not really a clip, it's more of an auto reloader, so you get that sensation, the same thing as all the other Italian type tanks, where you get that auto reloading feel. They take a long time to load. It feels quite slow. Um, 360 alpha base with 250 pen, so take it as you will for that. We're going to take a look. It is tier 9. And let's swing on over and take a look at the armor. Let's take a look at this model. So this collision, this always look at the live model. Take a look. When you are straight on, this thing has no armor. Lower plate is basically penetrated by even tier 7 tanks quite easily. Upper plate is not that great. As you can see, side scraping. As soon as you side scrape, you get a whole section right here that is super easy to pen. And even like if you even over angle, it gets worse. So I mean, if you're gonna side scrape, that's it. But I mean, this whole area is still super penetratable. And then if you rock it to heat rounds, same kind of deal. It gets even worse. Heat 315 pen, and I mean, even some of the spots on the turret, if they manage to hit properly, they're gonna pen. So honestly, the armor on this thing is not great for a heavy tank. You've got this giant cupola as well that you have to try to protect. So my best suggestion is try to get hull down so you can use some of this turret armor because some of it is pretty good and effective. And lift your gun up like you do and wiggle it in front of your cupola because you do not want to have that get shot. So that's your best bet is to try to get this tank hull down. So what we're going to do, we're going to jump into some battles. We're going to see how it goes. And I'm just going to show everybody kind of the equipment setup that I did run on this tank. So I went with a Bounty hardening, Bounty V stabs, and Bounty turbo. And then we got 365 average damage with all the crew skills. So Brothers in Arms went with all the vision ones. All your typical skills that you would normally take on a heavy tank, you're going to want to take on this one as well. You got 8 degrees of gun depression, 20 degrees of elevation. Reload, as you can see, the full clip is 50 seconds for the 4 shells. So if you unload all 4 of those shells, it's going to take 50 seconds to get all 4 of them back, which is a long time. 9 seconds for the last, 11, 13, and 15. So if you fire them all, you're going to be waiting a hot minute to get them back. 0.31 dispersion, not bad. 2.17 aim time is also not bad. Like we looked at the DPM, 2200, not the greatest. 1890 hit points with that bounty hardening. And then if we scroll down, we take a look. Speed-wise, this tank is fast. 51. It is quick. You can relocate in it. It is quite nimble that way. Its camo is non-existent, 5, and view range is quite poor as well at 439. So if you want to swap your turbo out because it is quite fast, you can definitely do that to improve the gun. You could probably put vents on this tank, would probably be a really good option to give you the extra vision and extra like gun handling and things like that. So I would definitely say that vents would be a great option for this tank. So we're gonna jump into battle now and see how this tank goes. Let's do it. Let's go. Maybe we'll get lucky and get a top tier game in here. All right, so we did not. We are bottom tier. There is 7 tier 10s versus an 8 tier 9s. So let's take a look. What are we going to want to fight? So we're in a Toro. We're sitting here on Abbey. We're going to try to go to the heavy side over here, try to get into a hull down position that we can play. So what we're going to be fighting, 60 TP at 279E, the Blizvika will probably, and the E3, M103, the 752, 777, 68. This is a heavy centric map. So we're going to be running into a lot of those types tanks. So we're going to want to play a support heavy role in this. We're going to hope that our big boy tanks go over there, like our T95, but he looks like he's going over to the River Road. We're really hoping that our 60 TP decides to come over here, because we are definitely outclassed on heavies. So they put in this matchup 60 TP, 50B, 3 grills, a 268, and an ST62V2 versus a 60 TP, a 279E, a Blizvika, a Foch, and a grill and an E3. So you could tell kind of by that lineup kind of what's going on. We have more sniper TDs, they have brawling TDs, and on this map you definitely want brawling TDs. Type 68's there. We spotted him. We see where the 62 is. Let's go to T50. There's a 60 TP. So he shot an AP round. We bounced the AP, which is nice. I'm curious if he comes back with the heat round. Heat round on the 60 TP is about, I do believe it's like 315. So that's got like a 50% chance of penning. There's the E3. He did shoot AP again, bounce the AP, which is really nice. He hit that cupola. Dodged the E3 shell, which is nice. $60 TP is going to start getting mad at us just because I know where to pen it. He's like, what is happening? Woo, got lucky on that. You can see everybody's aiming at that cupola. So, like, it's huge to make sure that you block that cupola. This E3 knows. Yeah, this E3 knows exactly what he's doing. Look at that. He didn't even hit the cupola. He just overmatched the roof. And E3 is going to just come in here and trounce us, unfortunately. We did win the River Road, so that's huge. I'm gonna hope for the best here, that we can manage to get one more shot in. Good job by the 60 TP. We're in trouble now. Well, we gave it a go. As you can see, we kind of got some damage blocked, which is great. 2650. You will block standard rounds, which is nice. So let's just give a quick summary here of what happened. Take a look at the map. So when we take a look at the map right now, you can see we won the River Road. We pushed it heavy. Our big heavy tank, like the T95, T10, went over there. We did hold up pretty good over on the alley road. Unfortunately, now we hit kind of a stop. So that's what went down. We did great this game. 3K damage, 2,900. Didn't get a kill. That's okay. 2,900. We hit our shots. We showed kind of the capability of the gun a little bit. Showed a little bit of how the armor works, where you want to get in that hull down position so you don't give them your hull to just straight up pen. So that is absolutely wonderful to see. So that's kind of great. This is probably one of the better games that I've played in the tank right now so far. Things to note, like I said, make sure you're lifting your gun up, cover that cupola. You don't want your cupola to get shot over and over again, and hide your hull as much as you can. And try to hold on to that last shell if you can, and unload it at a proper time. So yeah, so far this is the tank. In this first game, we're going to play another one to see if we can get a better outcome. So far, you can kind of see how it works. If you're shooting a regular standard rounds, you can bounce. If they're shooting their gold rounds, it generally can hurt quite a bit. So let's take a look at the next battle. All right, so battle number 2. This is what we have going on. We have tier 10s. Again, we got 8 tier 10s and 7 tier 9s this time, so there are more tier 10s than tier 9s. No Artie, so that's kind of nice to have on a match like this. So we got on our team a T-57 and a Leopard 1 versus a BZ-75, a Patton, and a 430U. M60 versus the ST version 2. And we have 2 ST version 2s against it looks like a standard B. Then we have a JPZ versus a Foch and a Grill with our E4, and then into the tier 9. So what we're going to probably be fighting is the BZ, the 430U, and the Minotauro, more than likely, as well as the Object 257. So let's see if we can manage to do well against those tanks. Push in. We're going to try to help our E4 out because it looks like our E4 is going to go into the heavy spot because we don't really have any heavy tanks. So that's going to be a bit of a challenge. The goal here is to try to hide the cupola. The problem is with this position on this map, we're on Ghost Town, is that we can't hide the cupola very well because of how tall this tank is. So, like, going up to this position, as you can see, the cupola sticks up over that. So you're definitely going to want to really pay attention to make sure that you don't give people that free shot at your cupola when you pull up to this position. Like I said, Minotauro is here, the BZ-75 is here, the 257, and the E50. So, I mean, pretty much we knew what we were going to expect to fight here. It does make it incredibly tough for the E4 and myself to fight these guys, and I think they know that as well. So I want to highlight like what happens. You can see the cupola now sticking over. You can see them wanting to shoot it. You can just see it. They're looking right at it. So you want to be super careful. It's going to be tough. This is going to be a tough fight. Our 57's coming to back us up. We have to wait for them to make the mistake. We need them to be the aggressors so we can catch them off guard. If we become the aggressors, we are far more easy to pen than they are, and that will make it really, really challenging to win that fight, especially against a hull-down Minotauro and a BZ-75. So we just got to play passive and patient here. I don't want to block this E4 shot. He's set up, waiting for shot. He's got that 750 Alpha, which is huge if something gets spotted. So what I'm doing right now is I'm actually looking at the map. I'm trying to figure out what can I do to make a difference in this game. So what would be really nice is if this STRV or K91 would move over into the sniper hill up top, because then they might have shots on stuff down this line. We don't need both to move, just one of them would be great. Or the waffle that's here, if he would move back up into this position, it would be great too. This is a very slow-paced game because I feel like both teams kind of know what's up. I'll let the E4 take his shot. Move out this way. Minotauros, see how the Minotauro's pushing? They're making the mistakes. Because they're making those mistakes, they're taking all of that damage. So now that we see the Yag Tiger moving up, now we got full shots. So now we're going to unload as much as we can. See, they hit the cupola because it sits higher than that wall, just as I was demonstrating earlier. It's really nice to see that they took advantage of that, just so it kind of shows everybody what we were talking about there. So you just got to be super careful. But we did manage to take out that Yag Tiger, which was great. 1,400 damage done. Now we sit, we wait till we get our full clip back, and then we make another play. Because you can see the Minotauro's a one shot, and the BZ did take a hit. So sometimes just being patient is the way to go. You don't always have to be trying to game change immediately. Just wait it out. Wait it out. People usually by 5 minutes into the battle will start to make mistakes because they get bored. Got a grill there. So we know where the grill is, so that's huge. Their light tank Selma's taking the field. There's the Minotauro. Still there. I do want to mention too, I just took a look. The HE pen on this is 105 and does 440 alpha. So that's not terrible. You might want to load one clip of HE just to have it for situations like this where you could probably potentially take the Minotauro out with a well-placed HE shot. I love that our 1390, you can see the minimap, he's going to replace our G-Sword that died. Hopefully he doesn't get spotted out and killed as well, but I love that our light tank took that position and decided to go out there and help. That's great. 257 has made a move. I wonder if we can hit this. Ah, they put this box in the way. See, you used to be able to shoot through here at tanks. They put a wall, they put a thing in the way. Let's see if we can peek just to see if the Minotauro's still here. BZ's there. E50's moving. I'm really hoping the E50 tries to get this cross. A little bit more. Perfect. So that E50, excellent job. E50 made a mistake. We went out, we got the damage, 2,500. We tracked him. The E4 comes around and finishes the job on the E50M. Great job. Foch just pushed in, made an aggressive play, made a mistake. We got a BZ75 coming in now. Let's let our E4 know, see if we can get some help. We're on reload right now. Tracked him. Let the E4 know. E4 is going to hopefully come in and get a hit, and then we can go try to finish him off. Nice job, E4. Ah, that was my bad. I could have had it. Still got finished off, which is wonderful. Minotauro's still rocking over there with a one-shot. Kinda wish I had an HE shell to deal with the Minnow. I don't have the HP, unfortunately, to push the Minotauro. Let's try to help out. Unfortunately, I missed my shot. We gotta try to keep our Jagdpanzer alive. He's a big threat to them, because he can literally one-shot. There it is. E4's having a real monster game. Minotauro just died, which is great. It opens up some flexibility for us. Oh, I didn't. On shell, reload. Patton got me. Hori came around the corner. I missed that shot. That's super unfortunate. Overall, though, 3,200 damage, 667 assist. Not a bad game. We played it pretty well. Our team kind of got overrun there at the end. Look at that beauty shot by the Patton through those tanks to hit me. No complaints. That was a decent game. A couple misplays by me for sure. Missed that shot on the Hori one. I should have hit the flat part up above where his plate goes up, his upper plate. There's a little flat part you can hit. That's where I should have aimed to take that shot. Overall, though, really decent. 10-12 game. Played pretty well by both teams, I feel. Me and the E4 were definitely working together very, very well, which was really fun. So, yeah, overall, great game. We got to see how the armor kind of doesn't work this time. We didn't bounce a single round. And how tall the tank is in those certain spots on certain maps, that little cupola is definitely going to stick up. So when you're playing this tank, keep that in mind. The cupola, keep in mind you can reposition because the tank is quite quick. And take a look for those opportunistic kind of plays. So yeah, hopefully that is super helpful on how to play this tank. So I'm going to give you my full review. Just going to go big face here. Right, so full review of this tank. Hull armor, garbage. Can't side scrape it. You got a couple of weak points on the side. Turret, very decent to bounce. Big cupola, so you're going to want to put your gun up to block it so that you don't get shot in the cupola. And you're going to want to relocate when you can using the tank's speed. That's kind of where this tank is at. You're going to want to play it kind of as a support heavy like a T-57 and get the occasional turret bounce. And if you can get hull down, it can definitely be a monster if you're in top tier games. So yeah, awesome. I'd rate it, honestly, if I was going to rate it, we've seen the last 2 games. They've actually been pretty decent. These have been probably some of the 2 best games that I've played. I've been kind of super focused on it. So I would honestly rate this tank, if I was going to rate it, again, probably a 2.5, 3 out of 5. Because it is going to be tricky to play for newer players, because the hull armor is just not great, as we saw earlier. I'll just show one more time really quickly after watching those games why I was trying to hide the cupola and I was trying to hide that lower plate. Like I said, keep that hull armor and keep that cupola hidden, and you might bounce some standard rounds. I mean, Yagzilla shooting you with 420 heat, it doesn't matter. So I hope everybody has an absolutely awesome day. I want to say a huge thank you for everybody for watching this video. Please hit that like button and subscribe if you've enjoyed the video. Leave a comment below too, letting me know kind of tanks that you'd like to see me review and go over. I'd be more than happy to do it. Cheers, good vibes, and catch you on the next one. Goose out!